Josie here from Emotional Wisdom, and today I want to talk about a post that I made 3 days ago. And the post on my social media platforms reads, "It's so easy to say, I don't need to understand people. Yet, understanding people, especially those whom trigger you, is understanding yourself." I'm going to repeat that. It's so easy to say, I don't need to understand people. Yet, understanding people, especially those that trigger you, is understanding yourself. First off, why is this so important? Because compassion for self does not genuinely birth if you don't understand yourself. For example, if there's something that you're doing over and over that annoys you, if you don't understand why you keep on doing it, why it keeps on happening, you're going to continue to beat yourself. But if you choose to dive into yourself and choose to understand why you keep on doing that same pattern, that same behavioral, that same action that annoys you, if you choose to go in there and understand it into yourself, that will create self-compassion. You will unveil why you keep on doing it. You will understand why you keep on doing it and have compassion for yourself. And then choose to address it differently, you see? So, understanding someone else is how we birth the ability to be compassionate for that person or for that particular circumstance. So it's very important that we understand that understanding others really is a gateway, a door opener for compassion for them and for ourselves. So let me give you an actual personal example. I believe in wearing masks. Family members have passed away. I got the virus and got infected. It's not fun. I choose not to get it again. So, nor do I wish to infect someone else and potentially put them at risk of dying. So, I choose to wear it to the best of my ability. I choose to not be around crowded areas to the best of my ability, right? Now, because I want to be mindful. I am compassionate about the circumstance. Do I go off and judge another person that chooses not to wear a mask? Absolutely not. They're choosing to position themselves at risk. They are choosing to position themselves, put other people at risk. They are doing that to themselves. I know I'm not. But at the same time, if they genuinely believe in their reality that they don't need to, then they don't need to, and I honor that too. So I am not going to be upset if someone chooses not to wear a mask, okay? But I did get triggered when I had someone basically make me feel, in a sense, shame for wearing a mask in the beginning of this quarantine of when this pandemic broke about. Still wore my mask. I didn't want it to, I knew that it was bigger than me, saying, oh, I won't wear a mask because it bothers this person. And this person is my friend, so obviously it meant something. It's not like I could just ignore this person, yet I still chose to wear the mask. But I would notice the resistance. I would notice the jabs, under jabs, the comments that were made, in a sense, making fun of my choice. Yet I let it go. The moment that I got infected and my family and my dad passed away and other family members passed away, I ended up getting resentful and I ended up getting annoyed when this person would bring up again, why are we wearing masks? And she would try to justify why she believed wearing masks were very counterproductive. I was triggered. I knew, okay, there's something here that is triggering me. And it's triggering me because this person is my friend. And because this person is my friend, I'm hearing something that's affecting me. That's hurting me. That's why I'm getting triggered. So I chose to understand myself. The understanding was when I dove into myself, when I decided to dive into myself, I heard, you're not being understood. What happened doesn't mean anything to them. It's not real, in a sense, what happened to me. And therefore, it's dismissed. So I ultimately felt rejected and dismissed and not heard. So for me, that created the trigger. So after I realized what created the trigger within me, I decided to create a boundary for self. That boundary meaning I am going to share what I feel, especially because this person is my friend. I am going to respect what I feel and I am going to give it a voice. So for me, a boundary, healthy boundaries, is really understanding what I prefer. So as I decided to convey to my friend how it made me feel, I felt liberated. But it really began because I chose to be courageous. The adult Josie chose to give a voice to that vulnerable inner child, Josie, that still dwells in me. And I decided to be vulnerable to tell my friend how I felt. She understood me. It made me feel good. But ultimately, I mothered myself in the way that I was yearning to mother myself, give myself a voice. You see? So that was the number one thing that liberated me. And then it was beautiful to see the apology. It was good to feel that from that other person. Now, I also witnessed that after time passed, this friend of mine still yet would get triggered when she would be forced to wear a mask. I knew immediately. It's interesting how at the time when I saw her, she would get triggered when she was asked to wear a mask and would feel some type of way about mask still, I didn't take it personal. It was like that Josie that took it personal resolved the problem and therefore no longer would take it personal when she would behave in that way. Because I knew in the depths of me that she had triggers against that concept because ultimately there was an existing wound. So essentially the mask, her being told to wear a mask, her needing to wear a mask, her rejecting a mask really was a trigger for her for an existing wound. Okay, so that existing wound was surfacing. And I understood that. So I understood because she chose not to understand what's really underneath that protest and that rebelling of, I don't want to wear one. Because she didn't understand where it was coming from, there was no sense of self-compassion, right? There was no sense of compassion for the other people that wanted her to wear a mask or for understanding that it's okay, I can wear a mask and make an exception and position myself, in this situation. In fact, she felt like she wasn't being heard and she wasn't respected. But ultimately it was because she wasn't understanding aspects of herself and wasn't giving those aspects that compassion that she was yearning for. If she didn't choose to understand that, she will still be in that state of resistance to masks. She will be in that state of resistance to wearing them, to seeing other people wear them, and so forth. So, hopefully, this example really gives you an idea of why understanding someone is vital for self-understanding, especially when you understand those that trigger you. That is powerful. That's taking your power back. That's the ability to not give your power to another according to the way they behave, they act, and according to what they say. So, choose to understand people so you can genuinely have the compassion for them, for others, and ultimately for yourself. With all the love and full acceptance, Josie.